everybody, 47 Mark IV here, back with another episode of Skyopolis 4. All right, man, we've got a super busy day today. We are working towards the final push, and man, I've been putting in my homework. We got so much to go over and so much to do. But, you know, that's the fun part, right? Trying to hit the goal. So, let's take a look at the chest of doom here on the things that I want to get done. And man, this was so empty earlier. I just added so many projects. So the first thing, mana spreaders. Let's go back. Oh, get stuck on a chest. Let's go back and talk about this guy over here. So I did some experimenting and I did some reading on this. So the mana flux field can only ever output at most 1600 RF a tick. And that's the only way it can do it is if you feed it enough mana to keep it going at all points in time. And so I did the math on it. It takes one Gaia spreader or 2 Elven mana spreaders and a regular mana spreader to keep it filled up like that. And when it does, then, you know, you end up getting power out of it. If you put too much, right, it just goes to waste. Now, every shot from this Gaia mana spreader will generate the power, but it also takes 1/78th of the pool. So 78 shots, and it doesn't take a lot for this thing to go. Right, let's put it right here, and let's see, let's get this to there. Right, so if you listen, it's continuously firing shots to try to keep it. And if you watch the power bar up top, it never quite fills up. Right, so this is getting a solid 1600 because we're getting a little bit of buffer. You know, in between shots, we get a little dip, and then we get a little bit more. So it doesn't take long. I left this thing running, and it drained all of the pools in here in a couple of hours. All right, next thing, emeralds. So I improved the trade-o-matic over here. That this is this is the flea market. So we've got a couple of things here, a couple of changes. I've expanded the stop station, so now it's 3 wide. Right, and this really helps me when they pile up. And then I've added a couple of conveyors here on the back because when they pile up, they sometimes spit off. And if they come on this side, that's okay. I can just punch them back on the track. But if they go too far this way, well, then, you know, it makes the circle or it sends them back into the loop. So that seemed to work out really well. I added an experience pylon just to suck up the little experience balls that are down here because the conveyors take them and kind of pile them up right there. So not a big deal. But I also added these levers, right? So we had this one to spawn, but I added this one to turn on the get emeralds. That way I don't have emeralds the entire time. I can get rid of them, you know, when I want, and I don't have to deal with it. And so what I figured out is probably the kind of the optimal path here is I just kind of stand next to this thing. And if you're fast, you can do the trading, right? No, not that guy. It'll be, let's see if we can get any of these guys to come by. But I don't need to stop them if they're well spaced. Like those two are going to be a problem. All right, there's Coral, got it. Right, there's Coral, got it. Ah, yeah, and you can go right on by. Very cool. Let's turn this off, turn that off. There we go. You, no. That guy, maybe. All right, next thing here. Next thing, Ender Ingots. Yeah, Ender Ingots. Oh, yeah, this thing over here. So I automated the ultimate auto crafting table, and I can show you here. Let's get this and this. So this thing is very funny. It would not take an exporter directly. Oh, no, of course not. And it would only accept materials in the top. It wouldn't take them in the back, and it would only export from the side. So, well, I guess it would export from the back, but I mean, that's just the way it worked. So I've got this thing exporting into a hopper that's then pushing them into the table, and it's pretty slow. Like, this hopper's real fast, and the table's slow at accepting them. But I'm able to come in here, and I'm able to dial up what I want, and let's put these materials in the exporter. The exporter fills the hopper. The hopper then is going to go ahead and, you know, fill this guy. And don't worry, the Ender Pearl dust will show up here in a minute, at least once the gold is full. And then it'll make its thing, and it gets sucked out into a drawer, and then every once in a while, I take the contents of these drawers and I throw them into refined storage. So we're doing pretty good if we go to extended crafting. Right, I've got 5,000 Ender Ingots, 2,000 Redstone Ingots, and 468 Crystalline Ingots. So we're doing pretty good. That was as good as it got. I also did make another advanced auto crafting table over here because I needed to make ender alternators, and this was just a good way to throw in a stack of supplies and let it make them over there. So this is kind of the setup. It's basic, but it works. So we're just going to let them go ahead. There we go. So they must have, yeah, ender pearl dust is coming in. So I'm just going to let it fill this drawer. This drawer has, one upgrade, so it'll make 4,000 of them. All right, let's see. Next thing. So I have had it with the rats. I can't take it anymore. Dudes, I put a picture up on Twitter. I had 3 of these guys all spawned up over here on the window, right? Like, it's no more. So I have installed a little bit of defense, right? Oh, yeah, spray him down. Get him. Ah, so good. It's so good. Oh, yeah. Oh, get him in the triple crossfire. Oh, who's a good boy? You are, minigun. So I installed a bunch of these Sentry Turrets. These are from Pneumatic Craft. I totally forgot that they were in the pack. So I've installed them around the base, and I gave them a filter that matches on name. Hold on, I gotta get over here. So if the name starts with plague, or rat, or wandering, or llama, or iron, specifically for this one, for iron golems, it just goes ahead and sprays them down and kills them. So I put these guys all around the base, right? There's some there, there's one over there, there's one here, there's one there, up there, down here, right? Because this is the area that those dudes typically spawn in. I even stuck one back here because the guys were getting a little sneaky and try to hide up against the door. Same thing right there. So we have a defended base now. I just think that's so funny. Do we have any rat spawn eggs? Because I'm just not done killing stuff. Let's see, a rat spawn egg. It takes them a minute to get wound up. Oh, you're hiding. Oh, this one over here got you. Too bad. So sad. Oh. I think that dude's gonna get away. Did he just throw himself off the platform? Well, even better. All right, and then we got to talk about the big thing that's sitting over here. So you know me, right? We do things reasonably. So the table, which is down here, can have a 7x7x7 cube of ender alternators. So I got 4 layers up there, plus the 1 layer in the floor, plus 2 layers underneath. So I have made all 242 ender alternators to speed this guy up. But now here's a problem. How do you deal with it? How do you access it? I mean, we could take out 3 ender alternators and it probably wouldn't affect the speed, but I just can't accept that. I wanted maximum. So we've got to find a way around, and there's a couple of problems. 1, we can't access the table, and 2, the table is like a crafting table. And by that I mean, if I have, let's get a crafting table here. Let's see, if I have a crafting table and I'm just going to grab whatever materials just to show, and I go ahead and tell it to put it in there, it goes in slot order. So it's never going to make the pattern just by inserting. So we end up having to have a way to insert things in the right places and then extract them. So I went and used a new mod for the series here. This is RF Tools Control. And so we've got, ignore the error messages, these are just old ones. So I've got 5 cards in here, 1 for each kind of thing that I can make in that crafting thing. In the Ender Crafter. So I've got the Pedestal, the Crafting Core, the Ender Star, Enhanced Ender, and 1 to pull out completed items. And I'll take a look and I'll show you here. My thing has 2 CPUs and a RAM chip. That's about it. And then each one of these has a couple of slots it can deal with, and it can use the variable slots. So what you do is you get yourself a programmer, like this guy, and you put in a program card, and I'm going to load this one, and you write yourself a visual code. And I know it looks overwhelming, but it's not that bad. So this one starts right here. This repeats every 10 ticks, and it goes this way because the green dot says to go this way. So the first one is it looks in the slot above it, and that would be that chest that's being filled by the crafter. and it counts the number of certain items. So every recipe had a specific item for only that recipe. So I counted that item in there. So this one is going to be crystalline, this is crystalline nuggets, right? And then I stored that in a variable. And then I stored another number in a variable, and I compared them. And what I'm doing here is I'm basically having it do a check on this chest to see if the specific item that represents a crafting recipe is in there. And if it is, then it can continue. And it takes these items and it pulls in, like this one has 4 things, crystalline, ender stars. It pulls them into its internal inventory. So that's what these slots are over here. It pulls them into its internal inventory. And then it takes them from the internal inventory and it puts them in specific slots. And I told it to go down and put it in slot whatever, right? And so I've got all the different slots here. We got slot 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? Because that's all the slots of a crafting table, 0 through 8. And the output is actually slot 9, which is what's on that other card. So that's all the thing. And so I just made this one card, and then I just changed a couple of things, like the variable number and what thing it was looking for and where it went to. It only took a minute. Now, the problem is, how do you access this thing, right? Because we're way up here in the air. Well, that's this thing right here. This is called a red stringed container. And if you can see, it's curly. I love this graphic. The curly little laser beam. So this will access inventories from up to 8 blocks away. And it acts like a surrogate inventory. So anything I put into this gets put into that down there. And same thing, anything I take out of this gets put into that there. But I can't access it directly, right? I'm trying to click on it, nothing happens. You have to automate it, like hopper it in and out. And that's where this thing was being able to be told, take things from the top and stick them in the bottom, or take things from the bottom and stick them in this ender chest in the back, right? This is how it gets rid of stuff. And the things that are being fed into the top are coming from refined storage with a network receiver, so I didn't have to run wires because, man, it's clean, right? It's just a little stack of blocks. It's so clean. I guess I could have put this upside down and put it underneath the base so we wouldn't even see it. But this is it. So I just made one of these for each one of the things, and they're all kind of the same, except for like pedestal. Let's stick this dude in here and load him up. Pedestal's shorter because I didn't have to go into every single slot. I only had to go into slots 1, 4, 6, 7, and 8. And so this is a very handy system, to be able to, put things in the right slots. And I was able to do all the recipes, one right after the other. So it's just that easy. So that's kind of what we're looking at here. Let's turn that off. Now, let's see it in action here. So let's get Ender Stars. So Ender Star, we're going to get right here, and I'm just going to make 20 of them. And so it's put stuff in the chest, and the chest is slowly taking it because I told it it can only take a couple at a time. And they're sticking them in here, and they're automatically being taken back out. This is slot 9. And so I told it to constantly look in slot 9 and pull things out. That was that one standalone program. And every one of these alternators that is here makes it faster. Could you sit down? There we go. And there we go. So just like that, it just made 20 Ender Stars. So we're going to need this today for what we're doing. But I thought this was a very cool build, right? If you haven't played with RF Tools controls, it's worth it. Direwolf has a real nice series on how the thing works. All right, we don't need this guy anymore. Let's stick that up there. Okay, time for build. So here's the problem. There's always a problem. As you can see on my wall of stuff, I'm planning for the ultimate singularity, right? And I'm going to need 27 ultimate ingots. 1 for display, 26 for use. I probably could save myself a lot of headache by not making the 27th, but I'm going to. And so that means I need 243 singularities to be able to make the ultimate ingots, right? And there's problems. I started calculating out things that I'm going to need. I'm going to need 5,832 blank singularities, right? Blank, right here, for things that go in this compressor or this crafting core, Okay, I probably should have said. Hold on, let's fix the sign here. Let's fix the sign for crafting core. And then each one of those blank singularities is made up of tokens and radiants. And so I'm going to need 69,984 blank tokens, 23,328 refined radiants. I need 30 compressors to compress these things over here, and that's going to be 243,000 items each. I need 972 special items for the pedestal side, which is this side. And if sometimes they're blocks, that means I actually need like 9,000 whatever. And I'll show you what I mean. So let's look at compressed iron. So this singularity has to be done with the crafting core and pedestals, and each one requires 4 blocks plus 4 ingots, right? So to be able to make everything, I'm actually going to need almost 10,000 ingots. There's other ones like the water singularity. No, that's a water bucket. Water singularity that's going to require water buckets. And so if it has special blocks, like the special coral, I need 972 coral and 972 water buckets. But if it's actually blocks of things, then, you know, a block is 9 ingots, right? So you're actually doing times 10. We're going to make 3 crafting cores, and I'm going to need to make a total of 75,000 blank ore. So this side is so easy. This is the compressor, right? And we're just going to feed the compressor things like lapis, and I'm just going to keep feeding it as fast as we can from refined storage. And, you know, it's going to make singularities. We'll pull them out. Bada boom, right? Detector, easy. It's this side over here that you got to work on that, you know, luckily there's less of them, but these are more of a pain in the butt. So that's the tasks of the day, right? So I need crafting cores. Okay, so let's say crafting cores. Crafting, oh man, missed totally. Crafting core, right? So I need 3 of these guys. And if the system works correctly, right, it should put all of those parts in there, and it's taking out what it needs. And there we go. There's our 3 crafting cores. Quest completed. So I'm also going to need 32 pedestals. Pedestal. So let's see. Let's get 32. And this is exactly why I did this, because it makes my life a lot easier, even though we only need it for a limited amount of time. Like, we could have put this stuff on by hand. We totally could have, but I don't want to. So it's going to go ahead and make that. All right, let's set up our first one. So our first one is going to go right here. And actually, let's take that out. Let's take the, oh, no, don't do that. Right, let's not ruin everything here. But I'm so sad to have to get rid of the carpet, but we need to. So the very first one's going to be different, because I need to be able to make things with this. Let's look at core. So this crafting core, this is easy. I only need 8 pedestals for most everything, but we need to make the blank singularities first, and that requires 16 pedestals. And so that's where we're going to make this one first. So pedestal, there's 32. Thank you. Those are quests. And so if I was going to put down 32 pedestals, oh yeah, I was going to do it in a pattern, right? I was going to do it in a pattern, not like that. Let's get this one, because this makes my life easier here in a little bit. Really? Rain on my wedding day? Right? Okay, hold on. Let's, I seem to be missing one. Not that chest. This chest over here. Get this thing. Get that thing. I must have put one on. Okay, there we go. So this is the pattern that we're going to use. And too much, and of course, Magneta is not on. So let's get that on, because we're going to need it. Right, and we're going to knock these things out, and I need that brick. I need the brick, because it's got to look right. All right, so let's do this. Let's put the brick in here. And this guy requires... This guy requires power and items. I guess I can't really see it. So what we're going to do is we're going to refine storage this thing. Let's see. We're going to go... Is it here? These are crafters. That's a different process. Yeah, it's these right here. I know it looks like a lot of parts. We're actually going to do most of this under the base. So we're going to make our connections here. I'm doing them in little piles of 4 because I can put one thing on it and it'll work, right? And we need to go under the base and fly for the rest of this. So let's see, right here, this is the middle. I need to put a connector on the middle, right? And I need to get a wire coming down. So let's see, wire, and I'm going to put wire, and I guess I'll put connector on this. Let's get the controller right there, and let's feed the controller power just so it has a little bit to deal with, right? We'll fill it up, and then we'll make a channel real fast, because if this requires a lot of power, I'm going to put it on a cell, right? So let's put it on a cell. And let's tell this cell that it's going to accept in the front and output in the back, right? And let's get back this guy right here, and we'll stick him right on there, and we'll make ourselves a very fast energy channel, right? That I'm going to extract from here. I'm going to insert it there. I'm going to insert it up here. Now, this will tell me if this is going to work, right? I can't get close enough to be able to see it. Hold on. I want to make sure that this thing, yeah, it's getting power. It's totally getting power. Okay, no problem. We're going to have to see if the power throughput is good enough, but that puts that on. All right, next couple of things here. So we're going to end up getting refined storage over here. So I'm going to put things in a chest, and refined storage is right there. Cool. So I'm going to put stuff in a chest. And how is the stuff going to get there? It's going to be exported. Right, so I'm going to have an exporter, and we're going to do some cable. Let's see, we're going to do some cable. Yeah, I can't put it up to the ceiling. So like this, and then I'll bring it across. Man, ugly stuff. Right, okay, so you're going to export, and I'm going to tell you that you can craft, and to go kind of speedy, if you can, and to be regulate, right? Regulate yourself. So we're going to put things in the chest. I got to clean out here a little bit. Let's get rid of the carpet, maybe, and the stone bricks. So I'm going to put stuff in the chest. It's going to craft. I'm going to put a detector on this guy right there. We're going to tell this thing it can only export with a redstone signal, right? And we'll export when we're underneath the amount. And so let's get our first real world example. And this is going to be, oh, I got to make cables. I'm sorry. I got to make cables over to these, right? So that gets all hooked in. Is this right in the way? Of course it is, right? Of course it is. There we go. Ugly cableness. Nobody look. Ugly cable, right? That's got to go. And this way it knows about all the things. Right, and we'll do this and that. Okay, so then we're going to need what we need. So for this, we're going to need radiance, and so we're going to need 4 of these guys, and we're going to need blank tokens. And I have some, and it looks like I've got a lot, but I actually don't have that many. And so let's look here. 1, 2. Well, I know this is 16, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? So I got 12. All right. So that's exactly what I'm going to tell it to do. Put 4 of those and 12 of those in there. And this is when I have underneath 200. Oh, no. How many of these did I need? Blank singularities. This is why I'm making this first. Where's my wall of math? Blank tokens. I need 5,832 of them. Okay, no problem. Let's do that. And so this is going to be 5,832. And we'll take this, blank singularities, put them right there. So that's turned that on. That is putting this in the chest. Would stack have been a better choice? Would stack have been a better choice here? Let's take out one of these and put in one of those, right? And see if that helps out at all. And then the only other thing I need to do is add an ender chest. And I'm going to do it right there. And so now we got a program, right? This should be pretty easy. I don't think those guys require power. So this is going to be an item channel. And I'm going to pull, right here, we're going to pull everything from this chest. And we're going to do it extract mode, first available, right? That should work fine. And then I'm going to say over here, I'm going to insert radiance and create, insert, radiance, insert. Okay, so it gets a lot faster if you do this. If you click on a connector and you hit copy, right? And then you can just paste that connector to all of the other ones. And I'm being specific about this because I need it to be right. And then we're going to take this, right? And we're going to create ourselves one more item channel. And we're going to, oh, this needed a thing too, didn't it? Let's look at the crafting. So this is a blank singularity, right? Oh, I forgot one thing. We need a blank ore. We need a blank ore. So that wasn't the thing to type, right? Blank. So let's get one of them. Let's add this to that, right? That puts one in the chest. And then I can add an insert channel here for that guy right there. And now we can do this. We can say, I'm going to extract. And does this pull down? No. So we'll see if this works, right? If it doesn't feed things through and we just need to do one. But that should. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. It's sticking it on there and taking it back off, isn't it? Yes, it is. Okay, so, oh, and these other ones ended up getting stuff before I told them what it could be. Okay, so I've got the items moved off. It just added some extra things when I didn't tell it what slots to go to, so they were already sitting on the pedestals. And I turned off the extract channel. Right? And so now I've got myself a blank singularity. It is going ahead and putting all the required items on there. Very cool. So we can come back down here and we can tell this guy to only extract blank singularities. And now I can turn this channel on. And this should completely automate this, right? Until I have enough of these blank singularities to be able to do what I want to do. Very cool. So I'm going to set up at least 2 more of these, but they're only going to be 8 pedestals each to be able to get to these other singularities because I need a lot less of these, right? I only need 243. So for something like netherite, so the netherite singularity, I need 4 blocks and 4 ingots, so very easy, and 1 this, so it's only 9 inputs. And so I'll take these guys and I'll stack them up right here. And when this guy's done, I'll reduce him down to 8 pedestals. And we might make a 4th, I don't know. But then that way I can just tell it to do one after the other, after the other, after the other. And this way I can get through all of the things like the water singularity, right? I'm so not looking forward to this one of coral and water buckets. But that's going to be that process, right? This is going to run and it's going to do itself for how many did we say? Where is it? Not there, not here. It's 69,984. Now, I do need to set up a process real quick here to get blank ore. And let's see, I'm going to need this here, right? This process. So we've got to set up a crafting process. I don't want refined storage to do it all. We need a little space for a process, and right here is going to be great. So I'm going to need to make blank ore. And really, I'm just going to set down a crafter, right? And I'm going to get myself some power, right? And we'll power this guy up, power out, right? And I'm going to drag over some cable, and we're going to do import, export. Importer, I don't know why everything's jumping up there. So you go there, and I guess importer, you can come here, and cable, right? Go cable, cable. Cable, right? And we're gonna need, I'm gonna need a bunch of stone. So let's get stone. Oh man, you can see the inventory really juggling around. I think I ran out of cobblestone. And we're gonna need dust, right? Let's get some of this and let's figure out what a blank, not a dust singularity. Can I find dust right here? No, I can never. Oh, there it is. All right, so this is stones first. All right, so let's see. We're going to set a new recipe right in here. And we're going to say stone, 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 stone. Right? Stone like that. And then it's going to be dust, 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 dust. And we're going to go ahead and I guess we're going to let this guy start importing. And we're going to give you stack, and we're going to give you a bunch of speed, and go ahead and tell you to start importing these things. And I'm going to say right there, remember, did I get it in time? I don't think I did. No, I think I did. And we're going to go ahead and save this. Double click to edit the recipe. Oh, I didn't get it in time. So this, right? And then, come on, get off my mouse. That, right? And apply. And so you're going to go ahead and make blank ore, right? Okay, and you're going to go ahead and take it out as fast as possible. And then do I have a detector? No, let's put this on detector. It won't be, oh yeah, I do have detectors. Okay, it won't be exact. So we're gonna tell this guy he needs a redstone signal to work. And this guy, when you make 70,000 blank ore, right? So do it when it's underneath 70,000, if that'll work. And this will go ahead and fill this guy right up. And we can put it on fast mode. I think fast mode's probably too fast for this, right? As fast as that guy's going in. But yeah, no, this is totally gonna work. It's totally gonna work. Okay, that's done. Process built. Right? I got so much junk in my inventory, I don't even know what's for what project. All right, last project, because I have to get this done, because everything else kind of rides on it. So let's kind of clear all the garbo out here, and let's pull in this and this, I think. No, I don't need all of that. Okay, so the other thing we need to do is, now that I've got blank ore, right, I need to stomp it down into blank tokens. And we need, let's go back to the board here, we need 69,000, so we need 70,000 blank tokens. And I think there's room for this dude somewhere here. Hold on, let's look on the inside. Yeah, there's room right here. So we'll put this guy, we're going to put this guy right here. So let's see, I've already got myself a press, right? And, oh, nope, too high. I'm going to put the press here, and I'm going to, oh yeah, that'll work out real nice. I'm going to go ahead and feed into this block, and we'll let ourselves down, and I'm going to use a constructor to go ahead and be both the plate that it's sitting on and the thing that feeds it. Oh, well, that's convenient, right? So that should work. And then I can get this, okay? And so when I'm ready, I'm going to go ahead and tell this guy to construct blank ore. And we need to get a token, right? Let's get one of these tokens. And we'll come back in here, and we'll set, I don't know, right here maybe? And we'll put a collector on it, and we'll say whitelist only for tokens. And we'll take it down to, let's take it to 5 by 3 by 5. Right, so that'll work right there. Okay, I'm liking this plan, and I can put my brick right there, so it looks real nice. And so I need to power this thing. Something looks weird about it. Where's my other one? I want to look at it here. How do I give you power? Yeah, you're sitting there sideways. That's what I thought. You are set in there sideways. So can I? No, not that. Let's try this again. Can I get you like this? Right? And can I cover that up? Can I cover this up here? I want it to look nice. Right? So if I put that there and then I put that there. Okay. So then I'm going to do the fan. Oh, well, this won't be too bad. Right? Magma block. And we're going to need upside down fan. And you can get a leveroni and turn you on, except for you're not upside down. Upside down fan, right? And you need to go straight across, actually, right? Vertical shaft, that should connect, and then it's just shaft. Right? Okay. All right, this is gonna work. Okay, hold on. Let's get another, I guess right there, I can sneak in a detector, right? And we can tell this thing to only work with redstone signal, right? And turn this on of when you have less than 70,000 blank tokens to put on the redstone signal. Okay, all right. All right, this is going to come together. Let's just patch the floor here for a second. And okay, turn the magnet off. Right, turn the magnet off and go ahead and tell you to spit up and drop blocks. And I was a little worried about this, that it was going to spit them out in front. So we're just going to stick a piece of glass on it for right now. I'll make a chisel and bits cover. Right, okay. I shouldn't have put that glass there quite yet. Let's have you go faster. Could you possibly accept a stack? Right, and put a stack of those things there. I'm just going to let it spit here because it can do a crazy amount at one point in time. So you could go faster, right? You could go a lot faster, and you're going to squish down tokens. Oh, I love it so much. Look at how nice it works. Look at how nice it works, right? And if I look at token, I have 3.7 thousand. And they're coming in the chest. Oh, I'm actually probably using them. Oh, and look at that, like 1,000 just came in. Oh, man. This is actually going to work out amazing. Okay, let's keep looking here. 4,000. Right. Like 5,000. Dudes, it's going to work. It's totally going to work. I love it. I love it so much. There we go. So that should give me enough stuff, right? We'll probably, no, we didn't lose any because of the glass. Okay, so that'll give me enough stuff to then make enough of these to then start working on the next step, which we'll get to in the next episode. So I'm 47 Mark 4, and this is Skyopolis 4. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, hit that like button, and then I will see you in the next episode.